One of the things that I love about tiny homes is the way that they can be designed to meet the needs of such a wide variety of people. And today we're about to meet a very special young doctor who has designed her absolute dream tiny house on wheels. Hey Lauren, how's it going?
Hi, good thanks, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's lovely to meet you.
Yeah, you too, welcome.
Thank you very much. I am very excited to see this gorgeous tiny house of yours.
Yeah, thank you. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to showing it.
So what was it that inspired you to build a tiny house on wheels?
So I wanted to go smaller and have something that I could move around the country, so I could kind of travel and move around with my job. But I also wanted a place to myself and didn't want to commit to a mortgage, so having the freedom with a tiny home was kind of the perfect situation, really.
Absolutely. So what do you do for work that needs that flexibility?
So I work as a junior doctor at the hospital, still kind of continuing my training, and part of that training is to get experience in different places.
So a little house on wheels is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at this house, especially perched on this lovely parking spot, it really does just look so cozy and so idyllic.
Yeah, and that's kind of partly why I wanted to do the tiny home, is just being able to be in nature and kind of being so close to it, being such a small space and being able to have, you know, big windows and big doors and look out onto the beautiful views, and it's just amazing. So.
I mean, you're right in the middle of a vineyard overlooking a pond. It really doesn't get much better than this, does it?
No, not really. Living the dream.
Absolutely. How did you find the parking spot?
So I made contact with a friend who grew up here, and the appearance was family friends of the people that live here, and yeah, so I had a chat with them and kind of said that I was interested in parking somewhere, and their son actually built a tiny home, and so they knew all about it and was very happy to have me here. So.
That's awesome. And I see you've got the power and water hookup, so that's all really simple?
Yeah. So when I first started, I was thinking of getting solar, and probably will still eventually, but they had it all set up already, and so it was just very easy to park up and connect.
And the house is just so beautiful. What size is it?
6 metres by 2.4 metres.
6 metres by 2.4 is such a great size because it's so comfortable for living, but it's also still really easy to move on the roads, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's why I kind of chose that dimension, because it was really important for me to be able to tow quite easily with a vehicle rather than having to get a truck. But it's still very much livable with that size, so yeah, very happy. And
can you tell me about the materials you've used here on the exterior of the home?
So it's all Japanese cedar, which I've oiled over the top, and yeah, I love the look of the cedar, and being such a small home you kind of can get away with using cedar throughout, so yeah, I was really happy.
The cedar really is such a luxury, but it's so beautiful, isn't it? And of course for tiny homes it's also got the benefit of being so lightweight.
Yeah, definitely, and the Japanese cedar as well is particularly lightweight, and yeah, it's stunning. Yeah, I really love it.
And it matches perfectly with the black joinery as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I love the mix of the black. It took a lot for me to commit to getting the black, but now that I have, I'm very stoked. Yeah.
And I see that you've got the chains holding the house down. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so when I first moved here, I knew it was quite a windy area, and I got warned by the landlord that I should probably get something to hold it down. So I've got some waratahs that go down into the ground like 45 degrees, and then some chains attached to it, and it just holds everything in four corners just to make sure it doesn't blow away.
It's nice to have that peace of mind, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And I really like what you've done with this design and having the dual pitched roof as well.
Yeah, so it's the first time my builder actually did that design, and I really loved like having that kind of roof, but wanted the extra space in the loft for where I was having my bed. So yeah, he agreed to do that design, and although it was slightly more difficult, I'm really glad that we went with it.
You must have just had so much fun designing this home.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I spent about 9 months planning lots of different drawings, drawing them out and trying to make it perfect for kind of my situation, and even during the building process, changing little things here and there and going kind of shopping for different ideas, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, the house just looks so good from the outside, and I cannot wait to see what you've done inside. Can we take a look?
Yeah, definitely. Come on in.
Thank you very much. After you. Oh, now this is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
First of all, I love the views that you have from here, looking out onto the vineyard. It's just so idyllic.
Yeah, I love sitting in here in the evenings after work and kind of looking out onto the sunset. It's really nice.
And I love all of the plants that you have in here as well.
Yeah, I'm quite a fan of indoor plants and kind of finding the different varieties and yeah, and bringing the outside in.
I love the combination of the white walls with the wooden ceiling.
Yeah, so the wooden ceiling, my builder was umming and ahhing about continuing with it because of the extra weight, but I was very determined to have that in the home because I think it's just so beautiful having the nice wooden part of the roof. It's just nice and natural.
And what timber did you use here on the ceiling?
So it's all pine, yeah.
Lovely, nice light, and it really does just bring a lot of warmth into the space, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of warmth, you've also got the fireplace here. This is a really important addition, especially being here in the South Island.
Yeah, so I love having the fire. It's just any excuse to light it, really. I haven't had to use it too much, to be honest. It's been quite a good year of weather, but I'm hoping to be able to use it more this winter.
Very cozy looking couch you've got here.
Yeah, so the couch was quite a good find because it kind of fits in perfectly with the diameter of the house, and I can remove the pillows and have someone sleep on it pretty easily. But yeah, it's very comfortable.
And I see you've got the storage baskets underneath as well.
Yeah, so it's another reason I liked this couch, is it had plenty of space underneath. So I've got basically all my outdoor hiking gear and things under there. It's perfect.
And I like the table that you've got here as well. This looks like it's got quite a bit going on.
Yeah, so I actually built that before I moved into the house because I was so looking forward to being in the house. I wanted to do something before I moved in, so I built that in advance, and it actually pulls up and you can kind of have it out as a big table having dinner or things like that, but you can also tuck it away and have it to the side. But I wanted it to be slightly rustic, so I put some black underneath and sanded it back, and yeah, so I thought it wasn't too bad.
You did a great job, and it perfectly fits the space.
Yeah.
And then over here we have your kitchen, and you've got a really nice amount of prep space in here, don't you?
Yeah, so it was really important to be able to have lots of bench space to do baking and cooking and things like that. So I got an under bench fridge and freezer to kind of extend that bench space.
Yeah, I do really like how you've done that, because quite often, especially with the underbench fridge options, you normally end up with lots of fridge space but a very little freezer. So having them dual side by side like that is a really good option.
Yeah, exactly, and lots of freezer space is really handy, especially living on my own, being able to freeze meals and things like that.
Absolutely. And junior doctors are not known for having a lot of spare time for cooking, are they? So having a good freezer is probably really handy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of days where I don't really have time to cook, so it's nice having that meal that's still healthy but I can take out of the freezer.
And then in addition to lots of prep area, you've also got a lot of storage space in this kitchen.
Yeah, I do have a lot of storage. So that was space underneath was actually going to be a washing machine, but I didn't really need it. So I've just been doing all my washing by hand. So all of that's for kitchen now, and put in some extra shelving when I moved in for all my extra jars and things and spices. So it's worked out really well.
It certainly has. The jar storage there looks like a work of art.
Well, I quite like the copper, and so I want to kind of incorporate the copper in as well. And I loved all the little spice jars. And then I kind of made the shelving for the spices myself, and yeah, it was quite a fun wee project.
Certainly looks it. Very nicely done. And then over here, even more storage. Can you tell me what's in there?
Yeah, so this has kind of developed over time with trying to find what works for me. So I've added in some more kind of shelving that makes it easier just to pull things out and grab. But yeah, so it fits a surprisingly large amount of stuff.
And then above the kitchen here, we've got your television.
Yeah, so because I didn't have one for quite a number of years, I thought I'd splash out and get a nice big one. But yeah, it's really good in the evenings, watching TV or watching a movie with friends if I have them over, and having a nice big screen. And
it's in the perfect position as well, because you can comfortably watch it in the evening from your couch, but also if you're prepping a meal or something, you could watch a movie.
Yeah, definitely, and quite often I'll do that, have it on while I'm cooking dinner.
And then I'm guessing behind the door there we have your bathroom.
Yeah, come and have a look.
Let's do it. Oh, this is great. A very compact bathroom design, but absolutely everything you need in here.
I wanted to keep it nice and small so I had more space in the living area, but yeah, I still really wanted a nice big shower and everything, so yeah, it's worked out well.
Absolutely. I like how you've gone with the built-in composting toilet.
Yeah, so I thought I really liked the idea of having it kind of all built in. Originally I was going to make it nice wooden, but ended up kind of not having enough time to get the wood, so decided to paint over and just get the wooden toilet, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and I like how you've positioned the window there. It brings in a lot of light to the room and does make it feel very open.
Yeah, and I also kind of wanted a way to access the composting toilet so I don't have to go through the kitchen area, and it was also a good fire exit so I can open it right up and get out if I need to, so yeah.
Great idea. And then above us we have your sleeping loft.
Yeah, did you want to have a look?
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, now this is just so cozy up here.
Yeah, it is. I love having the nice views and the plants. Yeah, I really love up here. It's very cozy.
Now I've got to ask, what on earth is going on with that pillow?
So when we graduated from medical school, someone in the class drew photos of everyone in the class and got it on a pillow to remember it by. So
I love it. What a cool memento.
Yeah.
And up here in the loft, you can really appreciate the timber ceiling. It really is nice to see all of the character in the wood, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's my favourite part of the house is the roof.
And having both windows up here is really nice as well, because not only do you get to take advantage of all of these lovely views, it really is nice to have that cross ventilation up here as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, being a loft, it can get quite hot because the heat rises, but as soon as I open out the windows, it cools right down. So yeah, it's very handy. And it's nice having that cool breeze at night when it gets hot over summer.
And this must just be the most cozy space to climb into at night.
Yes, I love coming up here at night and just reading in the evening. Sometimes I come up early so I can be in the space. Yeah, I love it.
And so how long have you been living in the tiny house now?
About 1 year and 3 months.
Great. And is tiny house life living up to expectations?
Yeah, it's kind of exceeded expectations really. I've really enjoyed living in it and I'm still not bored. I have to kind of pinch myself every now and again, and it's just because it's amazing. It's just everything that I could have wanted.
There really is something so special about getting to live in a space that you've designed yourself, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love kind of looking around and seeing all the different things that I've done and changed over time and all the different features that I've kind of had an input on, and yeah, it's really good.
And you work as a doctor, and I think we all know and appreciate that that is not an easy job. There is a lot of stress and a lot of pressure involved in that. How important is it for you to have this as a place to retreat to at the end of the day?
Yeah, it's definitely something that I really value about a tiny home and living here and in this beautiful scenery. Yeah, often my days can be stressful and busy, and yeah, having somewhere of my own to come back to in a beautiful location where I can kind of just rest is really valuable. So my favourite aspect of tiny house living would be being so close to nature, actually being able to move the house somewhere that's just like the most beautiful landscape, and being able to choose anywhere in the country to put it, and even if I change my mind later down the track and want to move somewhere else, I can find somewhere just as beautiful. So yeah, I love that about tiny home living.
And can we talk about cost? What did this tiny house cost to realise?
So it was about $100,000. That was when I built it about a year ago. But yeah, it was a lot more costly than anticipated for the builder. So probably to do it again, it would be a bit more than that. But yeah, I'm super happy with how it's turned out. So because I designed the place myself and kind of had my own little touches on it, I love that it's got like me and a lot of different aspects of it. And so yeah, I can definitely see myself holding on to this house forever and just having it a part of my adventures and things for the future. So yeah, it's a really great position to be in.
This really is such a beautiful home. I think you've done such a great job with the design of it. It's so cool that you're actually able to use this home as part of a traveling lifestyle of a junior doctor, and I just think you are going to make some incredible memories for yourself here in this home. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Thank you.
With this tiny house, Lauren really has created an incredibly special place to call home. It's compact, it's cozy, it's a warm and welcoming space to come home to. It's a place of solace after a long, hard day, but it's so much more than that. It's also a place that can move and evolve and change with her, and that really does make it such a perfect home for her.